But here we have Sitaux and we have Classicpro. Now, Sitaux and Classicpro, they kind of rhyme, and they're very similar in the position that they occupy in the Age of Empires 2 sphere. They're just, I think Sitaux has kind of had a little bit better results than Classicpro, especially in the recent team game tournaments, but they're both trying to crack into the frequent visitor at big events. Frequent top 16 placements, I would say. Sitaux is a little bit further along on that path, but Classicpro has definitely made some ground up in the last year or so, maybe last couple of years. And now we've got an elimination match between them. They've gone through the groups. Whoever loses this is out of the tournament. Whoever wins this will go on to play another match to try and stay in. So let's look at the civs here. We've got Italians for Sitaux, and we've got Teutons for Classicpro, and the map is Chaos Pit, which I love. Chaos Pit is an excellent map. Basically, you're surrounded by this wood line at the edge. You have to cut your way out of there. And the only gold on the map is outside of this wood line. There is some stone in the middle. But basically, if you want access to gold, you're going to have to leave. However, a lot of the times, the players don't just play for that, you know, space race of Age of Empires, cutting through the wood to get to the extra resources. They put on pressure early. They lame all your stuff. I don't know if laming's allowed in this tournament. We should get a heads up on that. I guess it is. We should get a heads up on that. But they try and disrupt you as much as possible. That's why civs like Byzantines can be good here. Civs like Teutons can be good here. You have more room in your towers if you need defensive towers. You also have cheaper farms, which means you can get your eco rolling earlier, and your tech tree is alright as well. Yo, Farland, Norik, and Sapien Fox, thank you for the resubs, guys. Thank you so much. What are we talking about? Strawberry jelly is better? What I'm not even gonna ask. It's early. It's early. Alright, so Sitaux is looping around with these villagers, and oh my god, Sitaux is looking for the woodline from Classicpro. This could be super devastating for Classicpro. He's just found it. So what do you do in this situation? You only have 2 villagers. He's got 4. You don't want to initiate a fight, but that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to use the scout and the villagers over here, and I guess he has loom, and Classicpro does not. Classicpro has no loom. Oh my god, Sitaux. Nice recognition there that Classicpro had no loom and he could go for that fight, and oh, geez, Classicpro is still 14 seconds away from loom. He's going to lose another villager. He's down 2 villagers, 5 minutes and 20 seconds into the game, and he's just going to try and save this one, but this is going all wrong. Sitaux maybe with an early victory here. Holy, what a strategy from the Frenchman. And now Classicpro, look at his wood situation. He's got 19. He's got 19. He's got a villager at half HP. He's bringing his scout now. But Sitaux can clear up the 4th villager in Dark Age without even drushing. This is so tragic. And it's not like he has Berbers or anything or Poles. He's got Italians. He's got Italians, and now he's setting up walls around this lumber camp. And if you're Classicpro, you're just sitting there looking at your eco, and you're like, what do? I have 14 villagers. This guy probably has 18 because I've lost 4. Sure, he's had a little bit of idle time from these villagers over here, but this is going to be incredibly difficult. Time for predictions? Yep. Get the predictions rolling now. Respect to those still voting Classicpro, yeah. So in this situation, I honestly, I don't know what to do. You don't want to give up this early, as Sitaux goes for a gate next to the TC. You don't want to give up this early, for sure, but you're already dead. Like, you're already dead. Unless Sitaux spends all of his time wandering around with 5 villagers and isn't able to do any damage. But look at what he's doing right now. He's basically idling Classicpro's entire eco with simply the villager difference between them. So this is still really good from Sitaux. He knows exactly what he needs to do here. Classic Pro's like, I'm gonna deny him that wood. Haha. Free wood is a big deal to me. Must be a big deal to him. All right, Sitaux, where are you going? Où est le villager allé? Sitaux. Okay, they're going this way now. Perfect. Early morning Dave with my Red Bull. Wait, what? Huh? And look at this. The first player on the way to the Feudal Age is actually Classicpro. So Classicpro wants to go for some aggression. I think Sitaux is just knowing he's already delayed him enough. He's going to try and delay his uptime a little bit. But look at this. Classicpro taking 2 villagers. And Sitaux is still wandering around with these 3. I think it might have been a little bit of a mistake from Sitaux to keep coming forward with the villager pressure. You've already killed 4. Why not simply retreat to your base? He lost the 3rd! What is he doing? Qu'est-ce que le fuck, Sitaux? What the hell? I mean, he's still very far ahead. I mean, he's going to Feudal Age now. Classicpro was really struggling on the eco. He's going for a barracks right now, but when Classicpro hits Feudal Age, yeah, the barracks isn't even going to be up. He's going to have 100 wood in the bank, 79 food, and all those villagers are simply on the berries and 1 turkey. Oh, he's taking in some deer up there. Okay. But it's going to be really difficult for him to produce. I think Classicpro should go to this stone, make some towers, and just make, I don't know, make farms all over the place. Your Teuton bonus. Sitaux forgot he's not smurfing on 1,500 players. Well, from Sitau's point of view, he did waste a lot of idle time with those 2 villagers running forward over here. So I don't know. I just don't understand the 5 vills he sent forward and why he just kept committing with them. And look, he's even committing with this guy. Like, he's weak. For like the off chance that you might get your opponent housed, you're gonna what? Like, this dude is unnecessarily aggressive. It's gonna work, dude. He's gonna be housed. He will be housed for like a millisecond. Nope, never mind. It didn't work. Didn't pan out, guys. It didn't pan out. And now we have the battle of the housing over here in the middle. This is interesting mill over here from Classicpro. I'm not sure if Sitaux can see that. No, he cannot. He cannot. Sick game. Yep. Yep. There is a sickness in this game for sure. I'm not sure if it's a good thing. Anyway, Classicpro going for skirmishers now. Sitaux goes for town watch. That means he can see this mill. And he's going to go for skirmishers of his own. And he's got 2 of them with a spearman. There's the tower from Classicpro. And it's so tough to fight a Teuton tower push. Fortunately for Sitaux, there's only 6 villagers forward here and not 8 or 9 or 10. Because Teutons can garrison more vills in the tower rush, so you're never just straight up winning the fight against it if they have the max number. Good on garrison there from Classicpro, and look at this. He's trying to wall up, so Sitaux can't get there with the vills, but Sitaux does get there with the vills. Sitaux also picks a villager from Classicpro. This tower will go down. Still 5 villagers inside, but skirmisher battle's still pretty even here. Good snipe there from Classicpro, taking out another villager. He does lose the tower, but he kills another villager from Sitaux. And he still has a decent amount of skirmishers. And look at the villager count, guys. Look at it. Look at it. It's even. I don't know how this has happened. Why have you done this, Sitaux? Qu'est-ce que le villagers forward et le house battle? I don't know. I don't know. Le bruh, exactly. Le bruh. And look at the ecos. pretty even as well, except for the 2 eco upgrades that Sitaux has. But Classic Pro, it costs him less to drop the farms. So he's going to be adding some farms behind this, and he's made this a competitive game. He's 1 skirmisher ahead of Sitaux, and he's about half a villager behind at this point. Great stuff here from Classic Pro to even make this competitive. And he's coming forward with more villagers, and now this is the worry here for Sitaux, because like I said, you cannot stop the Teuton tower push, and he's going to put those towers. A tower right here would be fantastic. That would cut off like 4 farms, I think. He's going to put a tower there, which will cut off 3 of them as well. And he's still on stone, so he can keep putting towers around this TC. Sitaux is not on stone. Archfrost, thank you for the 8 months, dude. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, for being here. We're going to have a good day today, okay? We are going to have a good day. I didn't have a very good day yesterday, but we're going to have a good one today. I'll tell you that story in the intermission, I suppose. All right. 3 farms denied. 4 farms denied. And Classic Pro loops around here. And Sitaux, I guess he wanted to delay Classic Pro. He's on the outside, by the way. He's on the outside now, so he's cut all the way through. He wanted to delay Classic Pro and make sure this came in later rather than earlier with all that villager rushing that he did, but I think he went a little too overboard. Losing the 3 villagers forward, having all that idle time with these vills wandering around was just too much. It was just too much, and now he deletes 4 more farms. That's 7 farms denied. 8, 9 expired at the back there. He has no food eco anymore. He's coming out for this boar right here. Okay, that's it. That's actually really good coming out for that. But Classic Pro continues the push. He continues the push. He is a pro, and this is a classic. This is a classic maneuver here with the Teuton Towers, and that's great quick walling right there. Get one right down here. Oh, wow. Oh, ooh. Yikes. Ah, ooh. Ugh. Well, this is a sticky situation. It was good quick walling. My man has gotten himself into a weird situation now. He didn't put one here. Didn't manage to sneak one in there. Didn't manage to sneak one in over here. And now he's going to have to retreat. He has enough for another tower, though. He simply makes it right here. And Sitaux, Sitaux is going for a counter tower, which isn't always the best against Teutons because the Teutons will win that fight. But he does have a lot of skirmishers to support him. Let's look at the villager HP here. I don't think Classic Pro is going to lose one. Sitaux is diving in. He does lose one. Might lose a second. Oh, Classic Pro loses 2. Sitaux, is he going to lose a villager? No, he saves them. Unless that dude dies. He saved them. But Classic Pro will come out here with his vills to batter this tower down. That tower, apparently, at point blank range, villagers are absolutely awful. But at maximum range, when you're trying to escape with that 1 HP vill, she always dies. Because he didn't hit a single volley on those. Good micro here from both players. Classic Pro Zico. Yeah, that's not looking good. That's for sure. Both of them have enough for 2 more towers as well. And Sitaux goes for another tower here. He's just trying to delay. Why there? I guess he just doesn't want him to push up this way, but all your eco is over here. Kind of strange. Is Classic Pro through yet? No, he is not. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't tell me. Oh, no. Oh, no. What are you two doing? You are unsupervised. They are unsupervised. They went into the woods. And they are doing something in the woods. They're taking the wood all the way back to that lumber camp. That is absolutely brutal. At the front here, Classic Pro now going to stone. This is why you go Teutons. And this is probably what Sitaux was afraid of. This is why he went for the early pressure. He was afraid of this coming in without Classic Pro having his economy nuked first. And now Classic Pro goes for the wood upgrade, or the wood and the farm upgrades. Sitaux getting wheelbarrow, which means Classic Pro is going to catch up in villagers once again, but Sitaux is going to be able to click up to Castle Age, and I think that's the nail in the coffin. And these two are just like Your lord is already in a terrible position. What are you doing? We don't know. Those two rebellious teen girls, yep. That is just awful. How could they even like, oh, I think they were taking this clump, and then instead of going over here, they went over there, and Classicpro just noticed them. No, he noticed one of them. There's still one left over. All right, skirmishers moving in here. Classicpro, though, with less army. He's not up to castle age, and he has a worse economy as well. So this is rough, but he does have the hill, at least. Good micro from him as well. Might actually win this fight. Great micro from Classicpro. Sitaux is now realizing that having the hill is a good thing, and he's trying to get back on the hill. Still, by the time this this battle is over, I think Sitaux is just hoping that Classicpro doesn't have enough skirmishers to really be effective, and here's the scout from him. Another tower from Classicpro is going to try and cut off all these farms. Sitaux with a lot of gold in the bank, though. If in doubt, he can just buy himself some food. She has gotten slightly more efficient now. That's actually not bad. That's not terrible. Scout is on the field. This is just delay, delay, delay. Maybe kill a few skirmishers. Push him back a little bit until you can get knights. And knights are going to be absolutely devastating. Meanwhile, the tower war continues. It rages on. Tower will be lost from Sitaux here, as we've got 8 garrison from Classicpro and only 5 garrison from Sitaux. But all of these skirmishers are dead. And now Sitaux is sending villagers. Where are you sending these? Why are you sending these? You're sending them back to the TC. Castle Age on the way for Classicpro now. You cannot YOLO against these. There is a 4 tower setup here. Is he going forward with a castle? Are you high? He's going forward with a castle. He's going to make it right here. Classicpro needs to notice this right away. Go for immediate counter towers. But he doesn't. He doesn't notice it. He doesn't notice it. With Teutons, you can actually deny a castle like this with counter towers. But he's just going to run away, and he's going to go for towers over here, and he's just going to try and save his TC as long as possible. Okay, so good play from Sitaux then. He's been, like, very aggressive this game when he's had the eco leads. Like, very aggressive. But to be fair, the defense from Classicpro has been okay. He's got Spearman now. He's going for towers in defense. She's going to die, and rightfully so. Honestly, rightfully so. She deserves it. What have you been doing all game? Can't save her. Castle denies all the farm eco at the front. The TC will go down from Classicpro, and he doesn't have enough stone for a castle of his own because he's still pushing. He is still pushing, chat. The line of towers continues into the eco, and at this rate, I mean, this guy has a building that's firing, you know, 4, 11, whatever, however many arrows, 4 arrows. But this dude has 4 buildings firing 1 arrow. So who wins? The TC is under fire. This TC is under fire. And Sitaux goes for another TC back here. But Classicpro, I mean, he doesn't stop coming. Back to the ground, and or back to the something, and he hits the ground running. There's another tower right here. He loses 2 villagers in the attempt. Villager count 53 to 49. We're still slightly competitive. There's monks converting villagers over here, though. There's a ram out here. Classicpro, he needs another TC, but he also needs the stone for more towers to continue the push. Now, Genoese Expo on the way out. As the tower does go up here and denies some of that wood line. TC is LAPD open up situation. Or FBI open up. We have you surrounded. Completely under siege. And Classic Pro is now selling food for gold so he can get Bodkin Arrow and he can get a Mangonel on the field. Who's attacking? Oh, this guy's attacking a tiger. That's the last thing he needs. And another tower. He's gonna complete this. And look at let's just look at Sitaux's eco right now. It's got 8 towers down the gut of his eco. And he's got somehow 3 defensive towers on like 3 different sides of his base that aren't really defending anything at this point. Another thing over here. And Classic Pro is finally through to the outside. And he's going to be taking that gold. And he's going to go for a TC. And this game is something else. This is Chaos Pit in a nutshell here, folks. Would love to see a university from Classic Pro. I think that would be very classic, and it would also be very pro to do that. Guard tower and ballistics. Whew. You don't need murder holes, obviously, with Teutons, but those 2 things would be great. 7 spearmen in defense, a militia on the way. You love to see it. Scorpion looking for damage, but not finding it. Monks trying to convert the knights, and Sitaux is going to find this TC from Classic Pro, but he's going to run right into it. This is bad from Sitaux throwing the knights away like this. A tower goes up on the wood line. Can Classic Pro do this? He's actually not in a terrible position. Granted, this doesn't look pretty. This doesn't look fantastic. This certainly is ugly. But in some ways, it looks uglier for Sitaux. No TC for yellow. He's got one over here. Sitaux is going to drop a castle at home and be fine? Potentially, yeah. If he drops a castle here, maybe. But he's still losing vills. He is still losing vills. He's going to lose this TC. Oh, Classic Pro. No! 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 Or as Darth Nilly would say, no! Classic throw. Yep. Classic throw. Knights will be cleared up. He loses 5 villagers there, though. Mangonel at the front went down. Not sure if Sitaux got redemption and converted that, or if that was his own Mangonel. I'm not certain. Over here, I mean, Sitaux's been focused other places apparently because Classic Pro snuck another tower in here, and he's gonna put another one here. My man Sitaux is on the run. Put a castle here, though. Just lock it down. Stonewall on this side. Castle here. Boom up. And you're Gucci. You can actually almost get 2 castles. There we go. There's the castle right there. There we go. That's fantastic. Second town center for Classic Pro over here. And he did get redemption, and he is converting Mangonels. And Sitaux is now coming forward with villagers to repair that. Not going to work. He's coming forward to batter the tower down from Classic Pro. That's 3 dead monks from Classic Pro. More dead villagers here from Sitaux, but it doesn't matter. The tower is going to be up. And this does not look good now for our boy from Ukraine. This is an interesting game for sure. And Sitaux is just going to cap it off with a castle directly in the economy from Classic Pro. He said, listen, bud, I'm tired of you building under all of my stuff inside of my base. I am going to simply put a castle inside of your base, and you're not going to have a chance. But Classic Pro fights on. Wow, man. He's got some determination here. He calls the GG. Classic Pro hanging in there. Sitaux maybe giving him a shot to hang in there, but you saw the strength of the Teuton YOLO tower push. And I think that's why Sitaux went so aggressive so early. Because he knew he needed to disrupt the economy, delay that tower push by 4 or 5 minutes, and he'd be fine. And he was... I mean, it kind of paid off, but he definitely wasn't fine. He definitely... At no point... was this fine, unless you're talking about like the dog in the burning building meme. Then it was fine. That was a shit show, honestly. And great job there from Sitaux to withstand that pressure from Classicpro. Great survivability there from Classicpro. Dogged resistance, I think we can call that. And we can go to the Civ draft here, and we have 1 for Sitaux, 0 for Classicpro, and let's see if we have another recorded game. I see it right here. We're going to get into that, and that was a good one to start it off. Definitely a good one to start it off. We are doing Rex today. No one has seen these except for the admin, and I'm being spoon-fed the Rex one at a time. So I'm gonna need a little bit of time in between games to. Oh my god, I just saw the weirdest screen when I was like switching between the main menu and the in-game stuff for Age of Empires. It was so weird. Okay, let's just get right into game 2, I guess. I suppose. All right, game 2 here. Sitaux and Classicpro. Classicpro, pro player from Ukraine. We wish him all the best in IRL and in his tournaments, which he's been placing very well in recently. So one bright spot for him for sure is the tournament placements. And Sitaux, best player from France. He's playing as the Portuguese. Classicpro playing as the Burgundians, and we are playing on Arabia, and Classicpro has gotten himself, I mean, this would be a fantastic map if only this woodline was at the front here, because it is extremely open. Both players are pretty close to each other, and it's wide open between them. Sitaux has opportunities to wall, plenty of opportunities to wall, with no back woodline. Classicpro with 4 back woodlines, basically. But nothing to wall off to at the front of his base. Yo, AoE2 LE. Thank you for the 4 months, my dude. Thank you so much. What, bro? What the fuck? That base more open than Manchester United's defense. Okay. At least we're just going for the easy shots today. All right. So, Man U's defense. Do you remember Man U when they had Rooney and Van Persie? And they would just let in like 3 or 4 goals a game. And then they would score 5. That was a ridiculous team, dude. I think that was like the last year that Alex Ferguson was managing them. That was an absolutely redonkulous team. They would score so many goals. All right, so early wood upgrade from the Burgundians. Burgundians, if you let their eco get rolling, they're very, very dangerous. They have options in early Imperial Age too to punish you. Options in Castle Age with the Castle Age Cavalier. Portuguese, bit just more of a steady civ through all ages, right? You're saving a little bit of the gold cost on units. And you're a good archer civilization. So if you get your mass up, you can push across and try and make your way into Imperial Age. And you have a very strong early Imperial Age push with the bomber cannons and the archers and whatnot. So we'll see if Sitaux applies early pressure and then masses up archers behind, or if he plays a more passive game. But against Burgundians, playing a passive game, maybe not the best idea in the world. Hey Dave, watching your stream for the first time, I saw your collab with T90 before. Is that what we're calling it now? Are we now just separate content creators? We're calling it a collab now? Oh, chat. I've lost him. Thanks, man. I appreciate you being here. Thanks, dude. Welcome, by the way. Welcome. All right. Elephant coming in for... Sitaux. Classicpro tried to delay that a little bit. Yes, T90 is your business partner. Yikes. I haven't chosen wisely. Ooh, I've made some bad decisions. All right. So, a lot less crazy than the early game last game. My question right now is, how is Classicpro going to lock this down? There is opportunities. He could wall to the TC here. I guess it's not that bad. Now that I think about it, you simply wall here, and then you wall here to the TC, and then wall to the TC here. Since this wood line goes to the edge of the map, and you have wood and gold secure back here, actually should be quite a good base for the Burgundians. It should be quite good, as long as the Portuguese don't go for like a forward on you, but I think Sitaux is considering the men-at-arms forward, so might be problematic. We've got the barracks coming up here already, Feudal Age on the way, so he is going to go for men-at-arms. He'll follow that up with some archers, and if Classic Pro puts the walls down, he's going to have to protect them. And he's going to have to protect this berries, or these berries up here as well. Classic Pro is up to the Feudal Age first, and he's walling... What? This is a really weird sound. I apologize, but why this wall and not this wall? Does he not know? He doesn't know that this goes to the edge, I guess. that was such a weird what sound I just made. I was just that confused. Why not simply wall here? You can make this wall later if you want to. He is not a knower. Yeah. So it's the 2 militia it's a late 2 militia drush from Sitaux. It's a late 2 militia drush into fast uptime archers. So he's going to have these militia over here. Classic Pro will wall to the TC, and he's going to keep this stuff out. He's going to go for a stable of his own, and he'll likely go for that second wood upgrade pretty soon. It is cheaper for Burgundians. It's a big investment, though, and he goes for the walls first. Oh, my God. So, like, I can understand going for this wall instead of this wall. I can. You're closer, you can repair it, right? I get it. This one is a bit more of a question mark, but I guess he didn't know this didn't go to the edge. So, completely negates the backwood. Yeah, he can secure that later, though. He still has this wood option. He still has some over here. That's fine. And he's going into scouts right now. So the archers are going to be on the way from Sitaux. Sitaux is walling himself into a little circle. He doesn't want to go for the big wall all the way to the edge of the map. But at the end of the day, he's going to be expending just as much wood to make this one. Still, he would have to lock down this area, too. So it's a trap. What do you guys think? Do you think this is a trap? He wants him to go back there? Maniacal, Machiavellian, Classic Pro, waiting for him to go back there, and he's going to trap him in? Could be, actually. I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's just playing the game, right? At the end of the day, this accomplishes what you want it to accomplish. It might not be as efficient, but it does the job. It keeps you safe, and that's exactly what you want. He already has the second wood upgrade. No eco upgrades for Sitaux. So Classic Pro's economy is far ahead right now with Horse Collar and Bowsaw already in. And Sitaux hasn't been able to do any damage to him because of the walls so far. So everything's working out in Classic Pro's favor. It's all going according to plan. So it's not terrible, right? We can laugh at it, and we did, and we will, at the wall placements, but it's working. Okay, double bit axe just on the way from Sitaux. Classic Pro's had that for like 8 minutes or something. The increased efficiency there, and he's going for a blacksmith now. As Sitaux loops around here, and Sitaux actually comes back. Sitaux comes back because Classic Pro scouts are right here, and he doesn't want to lose this archer. And I don't think he will. Yeah, he's got a spearman there, he's got militia here, but this is all playing in Classic Pro's favor. He's just buying himself time. He's getting skirmishers. He's keeping his TC running. He's still got his scouts on the field. He's got his eco upgrades there. Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen. That's what he would say. That's his real voice, by the way. Very dark side-ish. All right, Sitaux hiding the army here. Sitaux thinking about Castle H. Classicpro will be thinking about Castle H. He simply went to gold a little bit later, so he has less in the bank. And Sitaux is kind of floating a lot of gold. Sitaux should probably go for the market, which he's done right now. And yeah, he's going to sell his stone. He's going to buy some food, but he doesn't have quite enough to click up. He's still going to be about a minute and a half ahead to Castle H over Classicpro, even with those delays. Because Classicpro is now going for wheelbarrow, and he's going to have to wait for that to get completed. Minute and a half? 2 minutes and 12 seconds ahead. I'm calling it out. 2 minutes and 12 seconds. All right, Classicpro pressuring a little bit. Sitaux still hiding this army. He's going to wait for it to get upgraded to crossbow. And the TC from Classicpro will likely go here. Another one might go at the back there. But the way he's walled off over here, now we can start to criticize it because he's just going to let these crossbows come in and harass this woodline. It'll be fairly ugly, unless it is indeed a trap. I can't believe he's committing to those walls. Hey, man. All right, so what did I say? 2 minutes and 12 seconds ahead to Castle H? For Sitaux, that's what I called.
Fuck you all. Your lives are so sad. I get a charity tax break.
Thanks for the great coverage of all doors. Keep it up, Hat.
Yo, Tassie, thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you for the Prime. A lot of Prime gamers here. How far ahead is he, guys? How far ahead is he? Was I right with my initial minute and a half? Should I just have committed to the minute and a half? It's gonna be like a minute and 40. Damn. I should have committed. I should have committed. All right, so Classicpro just keeping his army forward here. Sitaux with a lot of archers. He's got 12 archers. He's going to upgrade them to crossbow, and he's going to be coming in here. And Classicpro is just going to hate his life when these archers come over here. But I guess they can't fully range this woodline. They can range this woodline, however, and that is going to be a problem. He's trying to clear up as many as he can early. He's trying to delay this army until he gets Castle H. Does have a lot more eco upgrades. Look at the eco upgrades right now. Just the farm upgrade and the first wood upgrade for Sitaux. We already have wheelbarrow, the second wood upgrade, and the farm upgrade for Classicpro. And he's got a lot of skirmishers. Got 9 skirms as Sitaux comes forward with villagers now for the siege workshop. Classicpro has potential to maybe kill these, which would be fantastic. This is great stuff from Classicpro, keeping these scouts alive and delaying Sitaux so much. Oh, look, the crossbows are over here, killing your villagers. Ah. Classicpro gets the Castle H, goes to Elite Skirm. He's got 9 of them. He's getting Bodkin now. The Siege Workshop's going to be an issue now. With just solo skirms, but in response to that, he's going for a Siege Workshop of his own. Still keeping these scouts alive, too. That's really great stuff. Is there a second TC from either player? No. And look, he's even expanding the walls, guys. This is so ridiculous. Just put something here. Put it there. All right, skirms continue to push out. Elite skirm is difficult until there's siege on the field, but there is siege on the field now. That was a good initial shot there from Sitaux, actually clearing up some pop space for himself by killing his own militia. You love to see it. Attack rounds from both players. No one can get the advantage, but Classicpro is sitting on the hill with the second armor upgrade for these skirmishers already. Good dodge there and good attack round from Sitaux on this side. Now, if you're Sitaux, you've added monks. Do you get... Do you get redemption here? I don't think so. It's tough, right? Because at any point, the skirmishers can come in and snipe your monks if you get out of position. I don't know. Good micro here from both with these mangonels. I mean, they haven't even lost. They haven't even lost the mangonel yet. I say that as Sitaux loses one and Classicpro loses one to the crossbows from Sitaux. Much more expensive for Sitaux, though. He sacrificed 5 crossbows in order to come in and snipe that. And remember, Classicpro has had the eco upgrades for longer. His economy is better than Sitaux's, although Sitaux is a little bit ahead on villagers right now because of the wheelbarrow tech. Oh, good attack round there from the Frenchman. Taking out these skirmishers. Classicpro does take out the mangonel, though, with his skirms, and he has 1. Sitaux has 2. He comes forward once again. Misses that attack round. Dodges the other 2 shots. Tries to get greedy and gets punished for it. This is a really tense battle in the middle here. Second TC finally added for Classicpro, and I think Sitaux is about to add a second TC right now. And there it is at the back. The problem for this is that, like, Sitaux is only fighting with siege right here. So he's not risking his army. Classicpro is risking his army at all times. One big shot, and Sitaux is suddenly knocking at your door, asking to come in. And Classicpro says no. Light cap snipes. The armor is on the way from Sitaux. Classicpro did get ballistics as well, so that's one advantage for him. And he's heading in this way with his skirms. What? I guess he just didn't want to fight on this side. I guess he figures he can just defend solely with siege at this point. He's going in for the raids on this side, but a lot of these skirmishers are weak. Does Sitaux notice this? He does now. And he's going to go for a house here. Classicpro is going to be able to snipe maybe 2 villagers here. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. So it's not bad. And he's still defending at home. Great stuff here from the Ukrainian. Great stuff. And he's going for that 3rd town center. The armor is in, though, from Sitaux, and he's got some knights. This one knight probably won't be enough to kill the skirmishers, but he's got another knight on the way, and he's got this mangonel here, and he's going to play it safe with these. Meanwhile, at the front, Classicpro still under pressure. Classicpro only with 46 seconds of idle TC time this game. Despite all the mangonel micro and everything like that, his macro behind this has been really good, and good micro from him, but all these skirms are weak, and he's going to have to kill these knights quick. He's going to have to kill them quick because these things are going to be on your ass. He takes out 1 knight. He'll probably take out this one, but he's not going to be left with many skirmishers at the end of the day, and he's still under pressure at the front. And there's redemption from Sitaux, so he's going to be able to convert the siege from Classicpro. Does Thumbring make villagers fire faster on hunt? What? No, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, you're never really attacking hunt after that. I don't know. Yeah, someone test it. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna trust the guy named Grape Jelly Sandwich. What, Dave, like way behind? Hey, man, I'm busy casting the game, not reading the chat. I'm sorry, I apologize. What do you expect from me? Okay, so stalemating now. Stalemating now for sure. Eco upgrades are still superior, though, for Classicpro. Here comes the forward monastery. That's the 2nd monastery of the game for Sitaux. Remember, he does have redemption. That poor monk just got sniped from Classicpro. The problem with these monks is that the skirmishers are there. And, oh, the skirmishers should have been there. They weren't there! The skirms weren't there! And they managed to snipe the monk. Longest conversion ever for Sitaux. He doesn't get the mangonel. Classic Pro goes for a 4th TC on the stone. Maybe considering a castle. He's ahead in eco right now. In upgrades and in villager count. And he's now buying more stone. What is he buying stone for? Maybe thinking about a castle. He's still only at 200. Apology accepted. I wasn't actually apologizing. Sitaux 23 on stone. Yeah. Sitaux is thinking about a castle. Classic Pro thinking about a castle. Classic Pro now going for redemption of his own. It's a very interesting battle we have here. As Sitaux is now within range of the TC with his villas, but he's going to pull those back. Classic Pro with 2 monks, 7 skirmishers, 2 mangonels. Sitaux with 3 knights, 2 scouts, 6 monks, 9 crossbow, and 4 mangonels. So army advantage definitely for Sitaux. He knows it, and that's why he's going to go forward with this ballsy placement. Does he have enough vills, though? He's only got 4 villagers. Okay, he's sending more. Good. And there's the castle from Classic Pro. Sitaux is going to come in with the crossbows. Skirmishers very out of position on this side. Monks coming in. Siege coming in. There's 1 monk here. Maybe it can convert a mangonel and get a big shot. If you're Classic Pro, it's going to be very difficult, though. Classic Pro tries to take out the vills on this side. He's still trying to complete his castle. This is so delicate. He gets 1 mangonel converted, and he shoots, and he takes out 2 mangonels from Sitaux. Still working on the castle here. Sitaux sends more villagers forward. Crossbows are dying on this side. Castle is going up from Sitaux. Will it go up from Classic Pro? It will. TC is firing over here. This is a desperate defense, and the castles go up at the same moment. And Sitaux has enough stone for another castle. That went crazy. And you can tell how crazy it got because of the farm placements from Classic Pro. Little bit weird on that side. Now our player's going for petards here. Classic Pro still has a lot of farmland secure on this side, but not for long as Sitaux goes for a castle over here now. And Castilier being added here from Classic Pro. No petards on that side. All right. Classic Pro, how quickly do you notice this castle? Can you do anything about it? Castle right there. That'll cut off a lot of the farm eco. It'll start killing this TC. It'll open up his economy to raids. He's bringing in some relics on this side. He's trying to expand out this way. Villager count, only 5 ahead for Classic Pro. Eco upgrades are still in his favor. And Sitaux now has some organ guns as well, but they can be converted by the monks. Oh, we're getting it, chat. We're getting it, okay? We're getting the wall off, and we're getting another castle here from Sitaux. Classic Pro, evac, stat. Get out of there. At least he's taken most of the gold here. At least there's that. Sitaux goes for another castle on this side. Classic Pro cannot deny that. He needs to run this way. There's a gold over here. There's plenty of open space. Escape. And I think escape is on his mind. He's going to take as much gold as he can from here. And then he's going to run that way. Yeah, he needs to run now. Lots of vills going down. Didn't delete these farms, so they went back to harvest. And Sitaux adds the 4th TC behind. So Sitaux with a fantastic position at the front here. Petard's now being built up, so he's trying to take out this castle from Classic Pro. Classic Pro is still on this stone somehow. I mean, this castle can attack these vills, right? I guess he's just targeted it towards the other castle over here. Interesting. Castilier, though, coming in for raids. Excellent raiding unit. They can kill villagers very, very fast. Second armor upgrade on the way. Another castle here for Classic Pro. Neither player really close to clicking up to Imperial Age. And will Sitaux notice these raids in time? He does. He's going to build a lumber... Oh, maybe he doesn't. He's going to build a lumber camp. Okay, he does. Villager goes down. +2 is in, though. Lots of petards there from Sitaux. I think there's potential for some of them to die, though, when they're pathing in between these two castles. Oh, whoa. Villagers going down here. Villager count starting to climb there. Villager count starting to climb. And the castle wasn't taken down by the petards. The castle was saved. The castle was saved. And Classicpro killing a lot of villagers at Sitaux's base. 115 villagers to 98 now. And Classicpro is going to click up first. Classicpro might be winning this game here. Sitaux with the castles all over his face. The pressure all over the place here. He's going to go for another castle here. But he's losing bills. He's YOLOing against the house Sitaux. Oh, Sitaux, more like Le Throw. Sithrow, maybe. That sounds like a Sith Lord. Sithrow. Castle will actually die here from Sitaux. He's got nothing to kill this, and he goes for more petards. This is how you know that he's in a rough position. He's losing more villagers back here, down to 85. I think he calls the GG when Imp comes in. He's going for petards to kill the rams, and there's just simply another ram following up, and the castle goes down. Goes for another castle over here. That is the Imperial HTC. But I don't think the castle's going to be up fast enough to kill that. He is bringing mangonels and organ guns, though. I think if he attacks it now, maybe. But all the Castilier are there. He's going to be fine. And Castilier still raiding on this side. Oh, those were scouts and stables over here from Classicpro. He's actually got himself a little base over here. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think he can kill this. Classicpro backs up with the Castilier, buys himself enough time to get Imperial Age. If he had attacked that, he could have killed it, honestly. Look at how much little HP it has after the castle going up when that imp was at 77 HP or 77%. Okay, Imperial Age is in from Classicpro. So immediately he's going to try and take out these castles over here. He's going for light cav. Needs this castle to go up so he has access to gold. He's only got 2 on gold at the moment. He's losing a lot of villagers. Oh, could they? Oh, no. Okay, it goes up. Oh my god, he lost a lot of vills. Sitaux calls the GG because there was raids in his economy once again. Wasn't able to deny this, and his opponent's an Imperial Age. What a hold. What an unbelievable hold there from Classicpro. Great stuff from him, and it's 1-1. He's not going down easy, folks. It's not going down easy. This is like a really great matchup. Sitaux is such a quick player. He's a very precise player. He can also get very aggressive, and Classicpro is super good at just like holding on. Yo, deleted. Thank you for the 2 months, dude. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much. Go subscribe. Almost at 15K subs on YouTube. Pog. Better KD for Sitaux. Lots of castles for him, but it just didn't pay off because the eco upgrades were in earlier for Classicpro. A little bit more focus on economy, and Sitaux was just never able to deliver the final killing blow. When those Castilier came back across the field, he went for Castilier instead of petards. And he masked them up from those 2 castles. When they came back across and killed those 15 villagers, that's kind of where the game changed a little bit. So that was a great decision from him to go for those instead of petards. MeTube. MeTube. Very creative chat. Very good. Nice. All right, we update the score. 1-1, and we go into game number 3 here, I suppose. And like I said, it's Rex, so I'm just gonna get it, and we're gonna hit it right away. All right, load it up. I saw a comment on your YouTube that was mad at you for calling a naked FC on Golden Pit greedy. Oh no, that comment was just like, it's a legitimate strat. How is this punishing? I don't know, bro. I don't know what to tell you. All right, here we go. Sitaux against Classicpro, game number 3, and we're going to have Land Madness here. The maps have been fantastic so far. I'm going to speed up a little bit because I think I'm a little bit behind other people based on when they're posting the Recs. So Land Madness, essentially, as we go at 4 times speed here until we're into the action, is very, very open. You have all these berries, these extra resources, stones, golds, everything like that. And you have these patches of wood lines, but on this little stone terrain, you cannot wall. So that means that the full walls that we saw last game are not possible here. You're going to have to go for mini walls around your lumber camps, TCs to secure stuff later. You can wall to the edge of the map, so like maybe Sitaux could wall like this and like this, yes, and then like this and like this to secure a wood line, but that's a big investment. So usually we see huge feudal age pressure here. Skirmishers, scouts, spearmen, archers, you see it all, basically. All right, predictions are coming in. Once the predictions are in, I'm going to speed up a little bit more just to get into feudal age. Now, the Civ matchup here, Turks against Persians. Turks against Persians. Huh. I like Turks on this map because you get the free light cav and Hussar upgrades. Sure, fine, whatever. You can go into cav archers and stuff, which are mobile, fine, whatever. You have camels, fine, whatever. Maybe go into Janissaries with a castle or something, fine. The problem is that if you get embroiled in a heavy feudal age war and you're making skirmishers, which we see a lot, like a lot of investment in the skirmishers and stuff, you can't upgrade those when you get to castle age. So at some point you're going to have to stall at that production. Also, there's not many eco up like bonuses for Turks. They only get faster gold mining. So whereas Persians, I'm going to start with some extra resources, and their TCs work faster once you get into feudal age. So Persians, pretty solid bet on maps like this. Maybe we'll see the douche from Classicpro. You never know. Douche on Land Madness might actually be really strong, honestly. Might actually be pretty strong. I haven't seen it, though. Rubenstock, we haven't seen him here. Rubenstock or Yuppe. Go Classicpro? Yeah, I'm kind of cheering for I've been cheering for Classicpro the last couple months, honestly. Every set I see him in. I remember was co-casting with Jordan. I'm like, Jordan, I want you to lose. I'm sorry, bro. All right, Loom coming in for Classicpro now. 19 population uptime here, so he's going to go into scouts likely. And we've got another villager on the way for Sitaux as he continues to push in deer. What's the plan of action here? Okay, he's going to go up 21 population, 20 villagers. And what does he go into here? I'm curious about the Turks. I've seen Persians on this map. See them play out well with the standard feudal age battle into castle age military. The question for me is just, what do the Turks go for? It's not Empire Wars. Remember that. CA? Yeah, but how do you get there? That's the problem, Sarlacc. I guess if your opponent isn't going like full archers in feudal age, you don't have to make too many skirms or spearmen. You can just go scouts in defense. Scout fight? Yeah, it will be a scout fight. My question is, like, what's the follow-up for Turks, right? It just feels like you don't want to make any more than 10 skirmishers. I guess you can. You just don't get the upgrade in Castle Age. Did Dave cast out for versus Winchester? No, I did not. No. So yesterday, basically, I went to go get my tires changed, and the shop that I was going to cast this tournament, but the shop that changes my tires and holds my tires is in my parents' town, because it was a recommendation from my dad that they're like a good shop. So I always go there to get my car fixed or my tires changed or whatever. And they were holding on to a new pair of tires for me. And so I went there and I dropped my car off at like 9 in the morning, and I thought it was going to be 30 minutes. I get a call at 2:30 in the afternoon telling me that they ordered the wrong tires. So I spent the entire day playing with my parents' dog, not streaming. And I'm going to have to go back again next week. Canadian Tire? No, not Canadian Tire. Don't go to Canadian Tire for your auto repair needs. So I spent the entire day just hanging out with my parents' dog, basically. Will you cast Chris and Terra Nova today? It depends how long these sets last. All right, so we're into the action. Classic Pro is here with the scouts. He's got a lot of scouts before Sitaux even has his first one out. And that's simply because he went up a villager earlier. Classic Pro putting some pressure on the berries, adding some more scouts behind this. He's going to start with his farm eco. Has both the eco upgrades. Sitaux has both the eco upgrades. And this is a typical Land Madness game. Both players with the tiny walls around their woodlines. Great stuff. That's a great way to lose 5 villagers if you don't put the walls around there. But both players heads up on that department. And Classic Pro is going to be looking for damage. And Sitaux is also going to be looking for damage. Classic Pro with some spearmen in defense. Villagers kind of exposed on this side. Nice little splits there from Sitaux around the spearmen. And spearmen in defense now from Sitaux. So this is typically the time where people start adding in maybe some skirmishers, some archers to counter the spearman mass from the other player. Or you just go full scout aggression to overwhelm. There is also an opportunity to kind of just stay with the one stable and try and go up to Castle Age. But I've seen that get punished by superior military so many times on this map. So it's definitely a risk. Only 15 food left on that bush, by the way. You know how they decided to name Canada? They were like C, A, then N, A, then D, A. Okay. Right. I don't say A as much as I used to. I used to say it a lot. I think it's because I don't talk to people outside that often. I'm just talking to you idiots online. I don't say it as much as I used to. Alright, so Scout's coming back from Classic Pro, and it looks like they're both going to go for the just straight into castle approach. They're not going to go for the military approach. We've only got 6 scouts from each and 3 spearmen from each. Now wheelbarrows coming in from Sitaux. Probably wheelbarrows soon from Classic Pro. Yep, right there. And yeah. Huh. Simply one stable for both. 6 scouts into Castle Age. But the archers are being added in now from Sitaux. Okay. There's the archer range. 2 archers in the queue. And he's adding in more spearmen. So he's going to go for a little bit of extra aggression here. And we'll see if that pans out. I've seen so many people get punished by trying to go to Castle Age on this map early. But that is a really good engagement for Classic Pro. Getting so many good hits against those scouts. Trapping them up against that wood line. And we can look at the scout HP comparison. 183 for Sitaux. 180 for Classic Pro. Would have been way worse if Classic Pro hadn't taken that fight early. And now he's adding in some extra scouts. He's going for a second stable as well. And bloodlines too. Yo, what's up, Gopher Dan? Nice to see you here, dude. Blacksmith now for Classic Pro. Sitaux already with that blacksmith. Sitaux with a lot of spearmen too. So the problem for Classic Pro, he's not going to be able to take this straight up engagement with simply scouts. is going to be massing scouts, but he's not going to be able to take it. He needs archers to deal with the spearmen. His spearmen can't really engage against the scouts from Sitaux because there's archers behind from Sitaux. So Classicpro, his solution to this, the fact he can't take the fights, is to go forward with the scouts and look for economic damage. And the gold is wide open. There is no spearmen at home here from Sitaux. So there is opportunities, but oh boy. Oh god. Oh geez. Oh man. Scouts are in on the woodline. Villagers are fighting, and we can see Classicpro already lost 4 villagers. He didn't manage to get that house down in time. Loses 5 villagers, and let's see how many Sitaux loses here. Counterattack from Classicpro. There is 1 spearman, now 2 spearmen there. Some weak scouts from Classicpro. This spearman is not being focused down. 2 villagers go down, but most of the scouts fall as well. 3 vills dead from Sitaux. So it's something. It's something for sure. Lots of gold in the bank from Sitaux. He needs a market. He needs a market. Oh, wait, I bet on Classicpro? Yep. It's not too bad. Honestly, it's not too bad. He's only 1 villager difference. Equal eco upgrades for both. And 8 scouts. Soon to be 10 scouts on the field from Classicpro. That's really good. He's going to be able to kill that villa likely. Never mind. Okay, so Sitaux clicks up the Castle Age. Classicpro probably should have noticed that score drop there. And he is going to be looking for damage. Lots of spearmen here for Sitaux. He can keep creating spearmen because he knows Classicpro does not have any archers on the field right now. Second stable now from Sitaux. Classicpro has scouts over here. He's got scouts over here. He's got 12 scouts on the field. Now he's thinking about going up to Castle Age. Does he add a market? He does. To balance it out a little bit. And uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sitaux leaves with his army at the worst moment just as Classicpro comes in with these scouts. And Sitaux is not backing up, actually. He's not backing up. He's just going to create spearmen from home, and he's going to go forward with this army. And he's kind of been idled off this gold quite a bit, actually. The worker efficiency for him is dropping. It's dropping fast in this situation, but he will have an army forward. He will be able to get the upgrades. Maybe not with that amount of food. Regardless, he will have an army forward pressuring Classicpro's base. And he will have spearmen in defense. Yeah. What does Classicpro do against this? He needs to abandon that wood line. Abandon the wood line. Fall back to the tower. Even that tower, though, it's only 1 of him. Would love to see a pikeman upgrade from Sitaux, but he can't. As Classicpro comes in here, doesn't kill a single villager and loses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 scouts on that side. All of them. All of them dead, Jim.
Fuck you all. Your lives are so sad. I get a charity.
Back end Fetch, thank you for the pride, dude. Welcome back, bro.
Oops.
All right.
To stop the automatic subscription.
Yeah, never mind. I guess not thank you. Sorry. Thank you, automatic subscription from Twitch. And oh god. Sitaux is going to kill all these vills. Sitaux is going to kill all these vills here. Classicpro tried to go for a house wall here. You can see the thought process, right? He went for a tower here to defend the wood line. And then he went for a house here. And I think he was trying to place a house here. And he was like, oh, I can't put it on that area. That is such a shame. And then he lost 6 villagers. So 11 villagers killed from Sitaux. Only 3 villagers killed by Classicpro. And now Classicpro is going to have to abandon this area. Camels are coming in from Sitaux. Classicpro goes into knights, but the camels will counter that. The archers are still here killing. Great stuff from Sitaux. Great push forward with that army and not responding to the scouts behind. Just kept going forward, and that enabled the early Castle Age pressure. The early Castle Age villager kills from him, too. Now, husbandry. on the way from Classic Pro. He is going to have to go in all-in military here. Maybe, you might actually need a TC just for defensive purposes, honestly. It's going to be really tough with only 2 towers to defend and some spearmen. It's going to be really, really tough to lock that down. Sitaux is locking this down, though. He's walling to the edge of the map, which you can do. And he's had problems with this gold all game, so he's just going to wall it up, send his military forward, and come in for the raids once again. Yo, what's up, Barbin? All right, Sitaux looping around both sides. Camels and knights on this side. Got some spearmen and archers still hanging around this stone. And right as he comes in this way, he also comes in on this side. But there is 2 towers there, and there are camels in defense now from Classic Pro, as Classic Pro looks for damage of his own at the front. Ooh. This is going to be rough for him. He's trying to respond with just camels, being pushed off the gold once again. TC idle time, still pretty good for Classic Pro, honestly. 39 seconds only of idle time. That means that he's not too far behind in villagers from Sitaux. But Sitaux is now going for that second TC, and he's protecting it with camels. Sitaux loses the archers. He loses the spearmen on the front. And the Persian TC is working faster, have enabled Classic Pro to catch up a little bit. Catch up a little bit in villager count there. So only 5 behind. Sorry, 6 behind. Knights now finding that TC, killing another villager from Sitaux. That's 4 villagers he's killed now. TC is still not up. Lots of camels. 13 camels for Sitaux. And now he gets husbandry so he can catch up to these units over here. Camels coming in from Classic Pro. These things are weak. They're engaging against the spearmen. No opportunity for Sitaux to go for that pikeman upgrade because Turks. And Classic Pro takes a pretty bad fight there. Even though he killed the monks, he lost so many camels, and he's going to lose more. Oh, that was kind of tragic, honestly. 5 camels against 17 camels from Sitaux. At what point, if you're Sitaux, do you mix in something else? You don't want to have like 40 camels, I don't think. It's a good fight for you. I mean, continue as long as your opponent is just making camels, but camels are not the best raiding unit. Not really the best unit at taking out buildings. And he simply dives under the TC, and Classic Pro calls the GG. Even taking that fight under the TC with no second armor upgrade, but he knew he had superior military, and Classic Pro not able to recover. I think the early raid where Sitaux got like 5 vills, it wasn't that bad. It's recoverable, especially with Persian TC producing. But the early Castle Age raid was the nail in the coffin here. And the fact that Sitaux walled all this stuff, so there was no potential for raid back from Classic Pro. Also, losing like 7 or 8 scouts here for free. Not the greatest, honestly. He didn't kill a single villager, and he lost his entire scout army over here. All right, so we chalk another one up for Sitaux. And I believe this is a best of 5. I think this is a best of 5. Best of 5. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we could have just looked at the map picks. I don't know why they're purple and green. Does anyone know why? I like the color scheme. I just don't know why. Loss for Teutons, win for Burgundians, loss for Persians, loss for Portuguese, win with Italians, and win with Turks. So we have Spanish Saracens, Malay for Sitaux. And then we have Bengalis, Bohemians, and Vikings for Classic Pro. And let's look at the map draft now. We've got Sunburn left over for Classic Pro, and that's what we're going to see next. And then if we go to the game 5, it's going to be Plateau. And, oh, I'm ahead of schedule. Okay, I'm ahead of schedule. Purple signifies reverse pick. So they picked each other's civs? They pick for each other. Oh, really? Oh, that's super interesting. Okay. Really? Flip the scoreboard or the draft so they match.
Fuck you, Riley. I made your mom so wet Trudeau deployed a 24-hour
Oh, that's so much effort,
infantry
though.
unit to
Holy
stack
fuck.
sandbags around my bed.
Hello, Sir Dave. Always fun to see some.
I don't think you
casting.
can flip this one, can you? Can you flip this? The captain's mode one? Oh, that was light mode. Flip it in OBS. Yep. Yep. I didn't even think about that. You got me. You fucking debated me, dude. I didn't even consider that. Ah, that's so funny. I was just like, surely. It makes sense, though. All right. Let's get some music going, and we wait for the next next recording, and there it is. Oh, don't want to see that. I don't think it really matters that they lined up. You guys can read, right? Bold of you to assume we can read. Well, you can write in the chat. If you could write and not read, that would be quite something. There's a toggle at the bottom underneath the civs. Is there? No, that's to refresh. That's to refresh, bro. Like, this is... You're such an idiot. Flip host and guest positions. Oh, you mean at the very bottom. Okay, there it is. Perfect. Thank you. All right, here we go. Schooled by Twitch chat, embarrassing. Yeah, okay. All right, here we go. Sunburn, and we've seen this before in the Jordan's Medieval Brawl. It's going to be Sitaux against Classic Pro here. Game number 4, and Classic Pro needs to win this to stay in. All right, Bohemians for Classic Pro, Malay for Sitaux. So, if they were picking each other's civs, then why do they have decent civs for all the maps? Is there like a rule around this? Can you not pick absolute dog water civs? Like, was Burmese not banned? I don't know. I'll have to look into it afterwards. Have to look into it. Why is it called Sunburn? I think this is supposed to be like tan lines of a bikini. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Global bans for worst civs by players. Oh, okay. So players have decided the worst civs prior to the tournament, and those are always globally banned. And then they decide to ban other civs when it comes to the civ draft. Is that how it works? I don't know. Per map? No. But, dude, I looked at the global bans. I looked at them. Like, excuse me while I alt-tab here. We're going to go to the base game because Capture Age is still bugged. I looked at the global bans, and there was, like, Lithuanians, Mayans, Britons, Aztecs, Gurjaras, Oh, okay, there we go. There's the shitty ones. I only looked at the one side. I looked at the one side, and I saw a bunch of good civs. Okay, that makes more sense. The whole left side, the bans system for Classic Pro, he banned really good civs. Looks like Sitaux banned really bad civs. All right. Villagers coming forward here from Sitaux, looking for some opportunities to lame. You do start with, you start with 3 elephants, right? 3 elephants, yeah. Both players start with 3 elephants, extra berries, extra golds as well. This map is interesting because you will likely have safe wood, but you have to expand north or south for your gold and your stone and your berries. And that means players can get very, very aggressive here with their forwards early on in the game. And Sitaux is coming out for this elephant now, and he's going to be able to lame this one. Sitaux also going for a house up here. We saw that villager earlier. Couldn't find anything to lame over there. But Classic Pro will have 2 elephants available. And honestly, I think Sitaux needs to wait until this is 1 hit away and then kill it with the scout. Because this mill is right here. And Classic Pro can still take that food. Kill it with the scout. Kill it with the scout. Kill it with the scout. Oh, what an absolute pro, dude. Oh, baby. Let's go, Sitaux. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Great play there. Now, if you kill it with the scout instead of the villager, if you kill it with the military unit, the food goes to waste for some reason. It's rot. It's just no longer viable. Completely destroyed the whole elephant meat with that one sword swing. That was great. Great stuff. All right, taking a little bit of a scout fight here between these two. Malay against Bohemians. So, if Bohemians get into Castle Age, it can be very deadly here. They can go for a monk push, and castles behind, it'd be very, very strong. Malay, though, are a bit of a question mark, right? You can delay your uptimes quite a bit, get a better eco than your opponents, and push out with some archers, potentially. And that would counter the monks very nicely. Unless your opponent has siege, which they likely will with Bohemians. Oh, I've got a carrot cake. BRB. Oh my god, carrot cake is my favorite kind of cake. If you don't like carrot cake, you're kind of weird, honestly. 2 militia drush here from Sitaux. He's going to come in on these berries. Also going to come in on this gold. Carrot cake's gross. What? Okay, Polak. The only good Polish food is pierogies anyway. So I don't trust your taste buds. Okay. Militia coming in. Pierogies and sour cream. Not a big sour cream guy, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of good Polish food. I've never had any of it. Have you tried Bigos? No. No. Militia just kind of delaying a little bit. Attacking the wall. It turned into a 1 militia drush as Sitaux realized he couldn't really do any damage. And here we go. We've got militia coming forward. Feudal Age is going to come in for Classic Pro. And he is going to go for a forward archer range here. And he's likely going to get the Men-at-Arms upgrade right now. 3, 2, 1. Bop. There we go. Lemon drizzle cake, though? No. No. Lemon cake's not that bad, but it's not great. Okay, villagers abandoning this area. Sitaux is in the Feudal Age, and he clicked up later, which means he will have more villagers, courtesy of the Malay. But there's a tower from Classic Pro. And that's going to be shutting down both of these berries over here. Also, Sitaux not able to go for this gold on this side. Fortunately for him, he set up everything on this side, though. So this forward from Classic Pro isn't going to be able to do too much more damage. However, he can lock down this entire area. If he goes through like some walls here or something like that, it would be good. Definitely wall in that tower. Definitely be the play. Sitaux is going to decide to ignore that pressure and come down to this side with archers, but Classicpro knows this is coming. Classicpro already has an outpost here, and he is going to be able to see these military units coming, and he's even getting town watch, so he's forewarned that this is happening. Killing the house, and then probably going to wall in the tower after this. Fletching now on the way for Classicpro as he tries to save this villain. That's a good pick from Sitaux. With a militia, a spearman, and an archer, he is going to get 2 villagers here. That is really great aggression there from Sitaux. And he might actually get more. That's kind of nuts. Is he going to get 3 vills here? There's no way. He's going to get 3 vills. Nope. Never mind. She's saved. Don't go back to the war. All right. Classicpro will drop a mill here. And he's going to be able to take all of these berries. Still hasn't walled in this tower for some reason. But he might go wall in these berries now. Coffee cake is also good. I do like me a good coffee cake. Cake tier list after this set, maybe? Ooh. Coffee cake is pog, dude. If you get a good one. I feel like that's with all cakes, though. Like, if you get a good one, all cakes are pretty pog. That's a dead villager somewhere. Where was that? I heard the villager die. Maybe it was potentially behind the mill here. That's 3 vills dead for Classicpro. Can't go wrong with a good cheesecake. Great cheesecakes are like in the upper echelon. The problem is there's a lot of mediocre cheesecakes out there. There's a lot of mediocre cheesecakes. There's some gas station cheesecakes out there that are not very good. Do you like German chocolate cake? Yeah, I love it. Baked Alaska. Baked Alaska, I have only ever had once when I was like 13 years old on a cruise ship in the Caribbean. I've only ever had Baked Alaska once. It's kind of an evolved thing to make, you know? It's basically like charbroiled ice cream. So, like, who puts raisins on cheesecake? Raisin, I have had, the catering company I used to work for made a butter tart cheesecake that had raisins in it that was really good. I know a lot of people don't like raisins. I don't understand. I love raisins. They're so good. But I get that people don't like them. Alright, men-at-arms have moved around from the northern side. They looped all the way around back through his base. And are on this side now, harassing. But Sitaux will be able to get this defensive tower up. And he will be able to clear up this army from Classicpro. Still cut off on this side from the berries, but he's got a lot of farms now, and his eco is relatively safe, especially with this tower. He's going for another tower soon, likely. And he's also got a market, so he's going to buy his way up to Castle Age. So he will get there significantly faster than Classicpro. Classicpro is in a rough spot right now. He wanted to be faster to the Castle Age. It's tough against melee, but you definitely wanted to lock all this stuff down. Get to the Castle Age faster. Get into your Siege Monk push or castle or whatever you wanted to do. And unfortunately for him, Sitaux is going to be the first one there. Oatmeal raisin cookies are better than chocolate chip cookies. Oh, 100% agree. 100% agree. Chocolate chip cookies are good, don't get me wrong, but oatmeal raisin, oh baby. That's like my go-to. Love that. Love it. Also, it feels like it's better for you. I don't know if it is, but it feels like it is. I don't understand why so many people hate raisins. I don't get it. It must be like one of those taste bud things. Like with cilantro, you know, some people just can't eat it. Must be one of those. I don't get it. All right, tower denied over on this side. Looks like rat poo. Okay. Looks like rat poop. You're still probably the guy scarfing down those gas station hot dogs, though, that have been rolling around on the things for, you know, 12 days. And you're just like, but raisins look like rat poop. Okay, castle. It's a castle from Sitaux. It's going to be right on the TC and right on the... I hesitate to call this a farming eco because it's only 4, but farming eco from Classicpro. What's wrong with gas station hot dogs? I feel attacked. If you don't know what's wrong with gas station hot dogs, you're too far gone. I'm sorry. It's over. Ooh, archers looping around for these villagers forward. I think Sitaux knows that Classicpro's only option right now in the face of this castle is likely to go for some aggression over here on the other side. So he's going to clear up all these villagers here. Classicpro in a really, really rough spot here. He won't be able to save his TC. He won't be able to get a castle of his own. He's going to have to go for some knights, some monks, maybe a siege workshop, but there's nowhere for him to push. Sitaux is on both sides. He's got a castle over here, and he's got military at the front. And the villager difference is in Sitau's advantage. And Sitaux at this point, honestly, maybe go for another TC somewhere back here. Start building up your eco, and then stay on the stone and get a castle over here at some point. Or just go Karambits. Karambits are like one of the best units to deal with monks, honestly. Because even if one gets converted, do you care? Do you honestly care if your Karambit gets converted? Alright, Classicpro is now walling Sitaux into his economy. Desperation mode here. He's gone for a knight. He's going for the monastery, but it's not complete yet. And look at this. This is why Sitaux was out there early killing these vills. Because there's the forward siege workshop from Classicpro. Does not have the wood, though, to make any mangonels. And Sitaux will simply make a siege workshop in defense. He will make a monastery in defense. And he's still going for the Karambits on this side. I guess it's only one Karambit. He's got knights here too, though. So he should be fine. They call petrol gas. That's how stupid Americans are. They call it liquid gas. Okay. It's just a word, bro. Petrol sounds just... I don't know. Doesn't sound right. Sounds way too pretentious, you know? Petrol. Like it's gas, bruh. Load me up with some gas. Exactly. Give me some gas, brother. I need some petrol for my lorry. Imagine speaking like that. Yeah, exactly. All right, so Karambit's kind of, you know, tanking the tower fire here. The knight is not being healed. What are you doing? You're healing the wrong... Oh, God. Dude, the guy was like, I need it. I need the health. And the monk said no. The monk said no. Gas sounds like you have a poor diet. Yeah, well... You can probably run your car on that, too. Oh, my God. Did you guys see that? The Karambit split around the mangonel, but the Karambit was converted right before the split action came in from Sitaux, so it didn't respond, and it got absolutely nuked by Classicpro's mangonel. What a weird series of events there. What an absolute ridiculous series of events. And Classicpro taps out. We knew that was going to happen. Sitaux goes through. And Classicpro, well played, my friend. Especially on the Chaos bit, hanging in there. Especially in the game you won, hanging in there. Really, really impressive, dude. Keep going. And good job on this tournament. Did you know until like 2 years ago there are like 2 or 3 states in America where you aren't allowed to pump your own gas? Oh, it was all full serve? Ugh. Hate full serve stations. Ugh. All right, so better eco, better KD, better eco for Sitaux as well, and then obviously better uptimes. And let's go back and watch that. Where was it? It was right here, I think. So Karambits are working on this, right? Karambits are working on this. Now, Classicpro targets this Karambit. He shoots with the Mangonel, gets it. What was this monk converting before? What the hell was this monk converting before? Wait, what? Was it? Oh, it was charging up on the knight. Okay, it makes sense. It was charging up on the knight. But even so, how it had 2 seconds on that knight, and then it gets an instant conversion on this Karambit. That was the absolute minimum conversion time, even with the charge up on the knight. That is kind of nuts, honestly. But yeah, he killed his own Karambit there. That was kind of insane. Really insane. It's nice not pumping gas when it's freezing or raining. Yeah, but like the problem with full serve stations is that I don't know. I just don't like it. I've been to a full serve station intentionally once. Unintentionally a bunch of times. You know, you pull in a weird town and it's full serve and you don't realize. But only once, and that was when it was minus 30 out. And I did not want to sit out there because, as anyone who lives in a cold climate knows, the coldest thing in the observable universe is the handle of a gas pump when it's like minus 20 out and windy and you don't have gloves.